Nah. Hello friends. Welcome to day 3 of my video vlog. So I really enjoyed the walk that I did yesterday, and so as I need to walk to the store today, I'm gonna take you along a journey again with me. So here we go. Okay, so today, my third day, May 5, 6, 7, I guess the 7th. So today what I would like to talk about is the reason why I have had so many jobs. Perhaps, maybe not the reason why I've had so many jobs, but where I have lived and bounced around to, which have created a lot of experiences in my life. So I was born in Spokane, Washington, to an amazing family whom I dearly love. Teachers, groovy. We always had our summers off together. We spent a lot of it, well, we always were in the water, whether it was a pool or a lake or a river, which was groovy. So thankful for that. Stayed there for a long time. I went to college in Cheney, Washington. And then I relocated to the University of Washington over in Seattle. It kind of blew my mind wide open. Met my best friend, and it was kind of my first time away from this small town. Well, it's a big town, but a small vibrational town, I guess you could say. So lived there. Moved home, did it back and forth a little bit, and eventually, when I finally left Spokane, I moved to Sandpoint, Idaho, which I dearly love, and very groovy town, kind of a combo of rednecks meet artists meet hippies, very beautiful nature, and so lived there for a minute, and then that is kind of when my traveling started. I was kind of thinking I was in the space of either moving to Bali or to Hawaii, and it was at that moment that I met my soon-to-be next partner in life, and so he was from, originally from California, but had lived in Hawaii and was just in North Idaho working for Habitat for Humanity to learn how to build houses. So I hitched a ride with him back to Hawaii. So I lived on the Big Island in the southeast, an eco retreat center. It was an amazing experience, blew my mind, coming from Spokane in North Idaho. And well, I got to backtrack just a little bit, because that's not true. I just jumped way ahead. So previous to that, I went from Spokane. I lived in Lincoln City, Oregon, on the coast, and I was a manager of one of the McMenamins. And then moved to Eugene, Oregon, worked for another McMenamins for a brief moment, and then back to Sandpoint. And so yeah, we're caught up now. And I hope this doesn't get too loud. I'm coming up to an intersection. So when I moved to Hawaii, the means of transportation there where we were was we hitchhiked everywhere. Hitchhiking is not something that I would recommend to people on the norm as far as like living in typical America, if you will. But as far as on the islands, in this area of the islands that I lived upon, it was groovy. My favorite rides were in the back of pickup trucks, like where you could lay on the ground and look up at the stars. Not the stars, well, stars too if it was nighttime. Typically it was more during the day, but you could look up and see the leaf patterns, and just gorgeous. I got picked up by some crazy people, not crazy in a crazy way, but crazy is like, a Japanese cowboy with a rack who grew You know, one of the world's biggest, at this point, or not the world, but one of the US's largest cattle farms was actually on the Big Island. Interesting. So I got a ride from him. I got a ride from some royalty, Hawaiian royalty, as I was standing there in the pouring rain. And just interesting stories all around. So I lived there for a bit, went to massage school. Let's see. Moved back and lived in Oakland, California for a little bit. Piedmont, California, which is a groovy kind of offshoot of kind of in between Oakland and Berkeley, I think. I lived in Marin and Lagunitas, California, which is a pretty groovy, lot of money in that neck of the woods. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I worked at this amazing restaurant that super small, super family. Phil Lesh, the bass player from the Grateful Dead, was one of my locals. Woohoo! Shout out to the Dead and Phil Lesh. So lived there, lived back in Sandpoint for a while, went to Thailand, lived in Chiang Mai, and then we traveled around after. Let's see. Oh yeah. Then drove to Alaska. Skagway, Alaska. Oh, so amazing. Love Alaska in the summer. I don't know if I could overwinter, but you know, it was super groovy. So lived in Skagway, which is in the southeast, one of the few places in the southeast that you can actually drive into, not having to take a plane or a ferry. And so lived there, came back, Idaho, a little bit of Spokane, and then I moved to Maui on my own. Amazing stories there. I look forward to sharing with you in the future. And after that, moved back to the Big Island, and at this point I again moved back to the southeast and spent a year like doing a lot of healing work, things like that. And then let's see, Hawaii, you know, I forgot Missoula. Lived in Missoula for a little bit, Montana. Okay, I'm just gonna scan the globe. I lived in Olympia, Washington, and love Olympia, capital, amazing. That's where our band founded. From there, went back to Alaska, but a different part. Lived in Chugiak and Whittier, and ended up in Cooper's Landing, which was like amazing, interesting, weird Alaska. I love it. A little wackadoodle at times. From there, back to Olympia, and then down to California, I believe. Sorry, my flow might be a little off as far as timeline, but lived in Northern California, Hornbrook, outside of Wairika. Amazing place, beautiful people, and also, let's see, lived in, hey guys, lived in Humboldt and Arcata, California, in the Golden Triangle. Let's see, lived, I think I'm gonna take a side street because it seems really loud. Lived also in come on, brain. Grass Valley. Thank you. Grass Valley, California, which is the foothills of the Sierra Nevadas, outside of, it's like below Tahoe, above Sacramento. Amazing experiences there, amazing people, beautiful land. And after that, lived in Battleground, Washington. Oh, look at you, fluffy monkeys. Oh my gosh, I gotta show you these dogs. Look at how cute they are. Can you see them? Hold Oh, you guys are famous. You're on video. So back to Washington, lived back in Spokane for a little hot minute, and then back in Hawaii on the Kona side. So lived there, then moved from there to the San Juan Islands, the ones in Washington, not down in the tropics. And let's see, is that pretty much wrapping my stories up? Yes, except for the fact that I have lived a lot of places while living out of my traveling. So living / traveling across the states, mostly ending up in, you know, like around the Midwest area and down New Orleans, Texas, places like that, which is great. Love Mexico. Used to always go to Puerto Penasco, Rocky Point. Shout out to Roger Klein and the Peacemakers for connecting America, the United States, with that area and growing it based upon music and helping. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Tucson, Arizona. Shout out to Amy there. Let me take a gander in my map real quick. Yeah, I feel like, you know, that's a good chunk, kind of a good roundabout. Now, my reason I feel like I've moved so much and had so many jobs is that I love going with the flow. I love listening to where it is that I should be now. Not should be, should's the wrong word, but what is calling me, you know? And what friends are influencing and what circumstances are influencing. And therefore it's made me pretty darn what's the word? It's made me pretty darn fluid, able to fit in to places, to do different things, to have confidence in myself, no matter where I am, no matter what I'm doing, that I'm in the right space and the right time and doing the right thing because it's bringing me the most joy. So, yeah. All right, so I think that is going to be the extent of my talk today. I appreciate you coming on another walk with me, and I will look forward to where this flows tomorrow. Thank you. Make yourself a great day.